Hello, guys. Today we are going to talk about a Civil War veteran, a mysterious medallion, and a red planet filled with towering aliens and warning fractions. Sounds like the perfect recipe for an epic sci fi adventure, right? And yet, somehow, John Carter became one of the biggest box office failure in Hollywood history. But was it really that bad? Or did it simply fall victim to bad marketing and unfair suspicions? Sorry, sorry, unfair expectations. So, hey everyone, welcome back to the Serpent Studio where we break down movies you love or ones you might have overlooked. Today we are diving deep into John Carter 2, a Disney blockbuster. So, before we talk about it, let's talk about where John Carter comes from. The movie is based on a Princess of Mars, the first book in Edgar Rice Brason's series, published way back in 1912. That's right, this story is over a century old and actually predates Star Wars and Dune. In fact, it's influenced both. Brewster's tales of Martian adventure were widely popular in the early 20th century, inspiring generations of sci fi creators. Yet, for decades, Hollywood struggled to adopt John Carter into a movie. Disney finally took on the challenge, handing the reins to Andrew Stanton, the genius behind Finding Nemo and Wall-E. But could an animation director successfully bring a century old sci fi epic to life? Our story follows John Carter, a former confident soldier who stumbles upon a mysterious medallion that teleports him to Mars, known as Barson, to its inhabitants. Because of Mars' lower gravity, Carter finds himself with superhuman strength and ability to leap incredible distance. He is soon caught in the middle of a war between the human like red martens and the brutal towering green martens known as Turks. Along the way, he meets the Taj Throis, a strong willed princess trying to save her people, and Tarkas, a noble Tark warrior played by William Dafoe. Together, they must stop the villains Than, who's been gifted a mysterious blue energy weapon, the enigmatic Thorns. Sounds epic, right? It is, but something about the execution didn't quite land with audience. So what went wrong? So let's start with John Carter got right because there's a lot of appreciation. Uh, the first is visual and world building. First off, the visuals are stunning. From the vast desert of Barasam to the massive dark cities, the production design is top tier. Their use of CGI and motion capture, especially to the tasks, over still holds up over a decade later. The world feels alive, which is crucial for any sci-fi epic. And the second, action and adventure. The adventure sequences are thrilling. Carter's superhuman strength makes for some incredible fight scenes, especially his gladiator style battle against the white apes. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a hero leaping across canyons like a superhero? And the third, strong lead characters. Tyler Kitsch delivers a solid performance as John Carter. He brings a mix of rugged charm and reluctant heroism to the role. Meanwhile, Lynn Collins absolutely shines as these thugs, unlike the typical damsel in distress. The hedge is intelligent, resourceful, and a skilled warrior in her own right. Their chemistry is believable, making their romance one of the film's highlights. And the fourth, the score. Michel Georg's music. One of the film's strong aspect is Michael Giacchino's epic score. His sweeping orchestral soundtrack perfectly captures the scene of wonder and adventure that this movie has going for. So what went wrong? So if John Carter had all these great elements, why did the movie flop? Here are some of the biggest issues that held it back. The first one is the marketing failures. One of the one of the biggest problem was Disney's marketing. The trailer were confusing, failing to sell the film's epic score. Worst, the title John Carter was too generic. If they had called it John Carter of Mars, it might have attracted more sci-fi fans instead of audience that had no idea what the movie was all about. If they had shown a little more interest towards the title itself or the movie name itself, they could have get some they could have grabbed some of the audience which might have related in this which might have a relevant interest in sci-fi movies. The second is the pacing and storytelling issues. At times, the movie struggles with pacing. The introduction on Earth feels slow, while the middle section was too many explosions, heavy scenes, some of the political interior on Barsom, while interesting bogs down the story instead of propelling it forward. And the third, confusing mythology and overstuffed plot. The movie throws a lot of lores at viewers, Tarks, Therns, Zodanga, Helium, and Nithres. It's easy to get lost, unlike Star Wars, which erases audience into a world. John Carter assumes viewers will immediately grasp and complex Martin politics and mythology. With a massive, let's talk about its articles and box office reports. With a massive 250 million dollars budget, John Carter needed to be box office juggernaut. Instead, it only made around $280 million worldwide, not enough to cover marketing and production cost. Disney ended up losing an estimate of rupees $200 million, making this one of the biggest financial disaster in movie history. Because of this, all plans for sequels were scrapped, leaving fans wondering what could have been. But in the years since, John Carter has developed a cult following. Many now recognize it as an underrated sci-fi adventure that deserved better. So, is John Carter worth watching? Absolutely. Hmm. So, is John Carter worth watching? Absolutely. While it has flaws, it's still a visual stunning, action packed sci fi adventure with strong performance and a rich world. If you are a fan of epic sci-fi like Star Wars, Dune or Avatar, give this movie a shot. It may not be perfect, but it's definitely better than its reputation suggests. What do you think? Did John Carter deserve the hate, or is it an underrated gem? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into forgotten films. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.